Hello. Welcome to my live chat, UStream. If you haven't seen these before, basically uh, what happens is that you will uh, talk about, sorry, you'll be hearing me talk about the different stuff with my campaign and also answering different questions. You can go off to the right to the social stream and you can ask questions there, and I will answer your questions, talk about my campaign a little bit, and then we'll wrap up. It's going to be a little shorter today because the number of questions also because the a little less than normal, so it may not be optimal. I will say that you will see advertisements at times. I will talk straight through those. If there's something you missed, something vital, you can always go back and watch the YouTube clip of it. Started. My name is Nathan Martin. I'm running for City Council in the 4th Ward in Shelby. Basically, the main planks of my campaign, over and over again, are community, common sense conservatism. Sorry about that. I'm trying to monitor. I apologize for that. As I was saying, community, common sense, conservatism. So we're going to be, as far as the campaign goes, I'll be starting to go door to door. I'm going to touch base on some of the questions we had last week. Last week, we had a couple questions about I'm going to talk about those three things, and then if there's not any other questions, first we're going to start with the Verizon tower. Verizon Wireless, I want to say, I was in the Verizon store and I was asking about the cell service in Shelby. They told me that I needed to talk to my city council because they had denied their ability to tower. I went and talked to, well, I didn't go and talk to the mayor, but I emailed the mayor and I was able to get through. Our city council voted on the permit for, it's a 1-year permit, however, and Verizon decided not to build the tower within the 1-year permit. So they applied again. There was some, it was the vote on it was postponed for one council meeting, but 2 weeks later it was voted on and it was approved. My understanding is that via the mayor, that they're going to start work on that tower in May. So hopefully by this time next year, we'll all have boosted cell service down for Verizon downtown in Shelby, where it's lacking right now. They're going to just to clear that up for you folks. The other thing that was questioned was the 911 services. Someone asked, what's the additional costs of the 911 services for us to bring those back locally? Standing, and again, I don't want to put words in his talking to the police chief and to the appears that the costs are minimal. It's just a matter of getting those numbers switched over. Now, we are getting kind of a runaround on that. I believe it's Sprint. Sprint says that it just would be too much work to be able to route those numbers. However, a while ago, there was an outage for the 911 services going to the they were able to reroute those numbers for those select houses and send those over to the police station directly. So we don't think there's any cost involved in that at all, and there won't be any cost to our community for those. We're working together on this issue, and I fully support them in bringing 911 services back to our community. All a part about the community plank of my plan. Self-sufficient as a community, and anything that the next question I got is about our fire station. When our fire station will be confusion right now, because a lot of people see the walls going up at our new jail and our new police. But the property next door, which is supposed to house the new fire department, nothing's happening there. And so they're saying, well, what's happening with our fire department? It was taken off the ballot when we voted in the new jail and the police. Because of that, basically nothing's happening with the fire department. And that's it. I had the opportunity to go down and speak to the firefighters and people down there at our building's old. Have to spend additional money, trucks to spec to even fit into the building. New building, but we definitely need some different options. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment outside, not to mention the flooding problem, which is another issue, right? Flood happens, we break up the equipment and the fire resources into the two halves of Shelby that are divided by the flood. Hoping that somebody doesn't need the equipment that is on the other side of the floodwaters. So, you know, it's a dire situation. Now, in talking to the fire chief, it looks like council and the mayor's office is looking at this and trying to come up with and I am very supportive in looking at those solutions. It's a great historical building, and it means a lot to our community. And I'm definitely opposed to tearing it down, and I'm definitely opposed to demolishing it and getting rid of it. And it's been around since 1870s. However, it doesn't help support the wonderful fire department that we have. And that's what it all comes down to when it comes to services and them having the equipment and the means to be as effective as possible. And it affects more than just their response times. It affects businesses coming to our community. We step forward and we say that we're willing to invest in our public services, businesses look to that. When we showed them how we've invested in our power grid and our independence, they looked at that as a positive, and that was one of the determining. Other businesses may look towards our police response times and the technology. Others may look to the fire response times. Perhaps they're a factory that deals with something that will require that they need to have really fast response times and the equipment necessary. And I believe our fire department has the equipment. It's just a matter of making it easier and helping them serve, especially during times of natural disaster. So I think it's definitely important to look at. I know that our city council is looking at it and our mayor is looking. Definitely support taking a look at that and seeing what we can do. We've been actively trying to get these new facilities what I've been told, for at least the last 12 years. But for whatever reason, it hasn't come together yet. I think a large part of it is education. And I think a large part of it is worry. I think a lot of people in town are worried that we're just going to demolish the old building. And again, I'm definitely opposed to that. So I think we need to explore this and look at these options and what it brings to our community. But it was a pleasure meeting with them. And I've been very impressed with the people that we have at different departments here in Chicago. Do the very best they can with what they're given. And you don't hear you don't hear you don't hear many complaints at all from them, lack of budget. Of course, they'd always want more, right? But they do so much with what wait a couple seconds for additional questions. Anyways, I just wanted to thank you very much. Greatly appreciate everyone questions and participating, and look forward to talking to you again